Jesus disguised himself as a weary and thirsty wanderer, and he journeyed along the dusty and dry dirt road until he finally came across a small and rotten wooden shack at the very edge of the world. From deep within the house, one could hear nothing but the faint and heavy sound of a tired lung, wheezing and gasping, struggling desperately for every single precious drop of air. When Jesus entered, the strong smell of medicine and mold was palpable. Antonio was seated in a torn armchair, connected to an old oxygen tank. His days were numbered. He spent his entire life waiting for death to arrive, all by himself. The traveler spoke with a very soft and gentle voice. "May peace be upon this entire household. I have walked many leagues beneath the burning sun, and my throat is feeling very dry. Would you be so kind as to give me a simple glass of water?" Antonio, trembling and struggling to catch his breath, pointed his finger toward the clay water jug. "Yes, of course there is, my son. You can go ahead and take some for yourself." Jesus poured out the water and noticed a piece of cornbread sitting right there on the table. Antonio slowly pushed the plate across the table in his direction. "You should eat some as well, young man. I can't really swallow properly anymore, so please, you can eat it all." The traveler saw the very soul of that man. Deeply moved by such profound kindness, he then asked, "Mr. Antonio, if you could ask for one final wish before you pass on, what would it truly be? Would it be a cure for this lung?" Antonio cried. The tears were soaking the tubes of the oxygen mask. He slowly shook his head from side to side. "No, young man, I have already lived all the years I was meant to live. The pain I feel is coming from somewhere else. My daughter Clara, she walked out of this house 10 long years ago, filled with anger toward me. My only dream in this life was simply that she would find it in her heart to forgive me. I wanted to hear the sound of her voice calling me father just one last time so that I could finally go in peace." The traveler slowly stood up from where he sat. The humble shack seemed to turn a bright shade of golden. He said, "Antonio, there is no abyss so deep that love cannot cross it. You gave me your water and you shared your bread. Now I want you to give your illness over to me. Take those tubes out of your nose this instant, Antonio. I'm simply not able to do that." "I'm going to die without the air," the old man said, sounding completely terrified. "You must trust me. Just breathe in the air that I have specially created for you." Trembling all over his body, Antonio slowly pulled out the tubes. He closed his eyes tightly, fully expecting that he would suffocate. All of a sudden, he took a very deep breath of air. His chest filled up completely. He did not cough even once. Antonio stood up from the wooden chair, crying and laughing at the very same time. "I can feel that I am breathing again. The air is coming into my lungs, so fresh and clean. Oh my dear God, I can't believe it. I am finally healed." Right at that very moment, they heard the sound of a car screeching to a halt. The door suddenly swung wide open. A woman came running inside, sobbing and crying out uncontrollably. It was Clara. Dad, please forgive me." I felt a tightness in my chest. A voice was telling me to come here right now. "I love you, Dad." The two hugged each other tightly. When they looked at the table where there had only been crumbs, now there was a magnificent feast. Anthony searched everywhere for the weary traveler, but he saw only a shimmering glow upon the dusty road. A voice then echoed deep within their very hearts. "I am the resurrection and the life." And then he vanished right into the light. Now, I want you to look at me. You spend your entire day just scrolling through your phone screen, watching little dances, jokes, and all the latest gossip. And you're constantly sharing so much useless nonsense with every one of your friends. But what about your very own faith? Would you actually have the courage to share this particular story right now? Please, do not be the one to break this holy chain. If you are not ashamed of your faith, type Amen and share this video with everyone right now.